Hello there, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I've got some quick information to share with you, and that's how to upload all of your previous closings into an interactive map in Google Maps. The whole point of this is to show off a little bit how much business you've done in the past, especially if you're trying to market yourself as an area expert. So, let's dig in. To start, we need to go into HAR. And I've chose to log into Fusion, so make sure you do the same. You're going to have a screen that looks just like this. First, what we need to do is hover over search. Don't click, but hover. Now, if you only want to do single family, if you only want to do lots or anything like that, go right ahead. But what I'm going to do is select all. Okay, now from here, it's just a matter of putting in the appropriate criteria, making sure that we select only you as the agent, and going from there. So whether you want to do it only in a specific neighborhood or only in a specific market area, it's whatever you want to do. But what I'm going to do for demonstration purposes is just show an overview of all closings for an entire year. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is we're only looking at closed properties. So I need to change the status, unselect all these that aren't appropriate, and click on sold. So to process the search, you just hit enter or tab, and we'll start going. Okay, so like I said, we're going to look at an overview of all closings for an entire year. So let's scroll down, because what we're going to look for is the close date. So I'm going to do 2013. Perfect. Now the only thing missing is you. We got to get you in the mix. So one of the beautiful things about Fusion is how easy it is to create a custom search. So all we have to do is navigate down to the bottom left-hand search bar, and we type in what we're looking for. Now, if you only want to do your listings for that year, then you just start typing in listing agent name, and there it is. If you only want to show the buyers that you worked for the year, you can do selling agent name, and it's right there. But I'm going to show everything for both sides. So for that, it would be list or sell agent. And then to add it to the search criteria, we just do add field, and you'll see that little box pop up. Okay, so all you have to put in this box is your MLS ID, that username you used to log into HAR. If for any reason you can't remember, you can always hit this little magnifying glass and simply type in your name, and it should find you. Just like that. So once it finds you, click on this little right-hand arrow and then hit OK. And it will save that. Perfect. So here it's showing 72 closings for the entire year of 2013. What we need to do is we need to get this into spreadsheet form so we can upload it to Google Maps. All we have to do is navigate to Tools, Export Data, and it should be in a CSV file by default, but if it's not, just double check it. And then hit OK. And there we go, it's been downloaded. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same thing for 2014. So it should be as easy as changing the closing date. Okay, so let's hit tab or enter, and we'll process the search. Now we're looking at 17. So let's go through the export process one more time. Double check, make sure it's in CSV format. It should be, and then hit OK. Perfect. So go ahead and check your downloads, put them somewhere where you can find them, because what we're going to do is we're going to open these spreadsheets, and I'm going to show you what they look like. Alright, well, it's got a bunch of stuff that I don't need in there. So we're going to delete everything but the address column. So it should just be a matter of right-clicking on the top of the column and doing delete column. Make sure you do it on the lettering toolbar. where you'll see A, B, C, etc. Okay, there we go. We're left with just this one column with the address. Perfect. All right. So what we need to do is we need to give this row a name. So we need to right click right to the left of it, and we need to do add row above. And we need to just name it. Address. Perfect. Now we do need to add 2 additional columns. So let's do that. We need to do state. Since it's going to be going into Google Maps, we need to make sure it can locate it okay. And we need to do year, because we're going to differentiate based off color. So state, that's easy. And once you type, you'll see a little icon appear in the center, and you can click and drag all the way down towards the bottom. And we'll do the same thing for year. This one is 2013. Perfect. Then just make sure you save it. So that's what we're looking at. 1 column for address, 1 column for state, 1 column for year. That's it. Save it. Make sure you save it as a CSV file and put it somewhere where you can find it. All right. So now that we have the spreadsheets organized and saved the way that we need them, it's just a matter of importing them into Google Maps. So to get started, you just click here on the top left-hand search bar, and you'll see the option for Create become available. That's what we want to do. So the way this works is we're going to import each separate spreadsheet as its own layer on the map. So the first thing that we're going to import is 2013. So if you notice, we already have one untitled layer. We're going to click it, and we're going to name it 2013. And then it's just a matter of importing the 2013 spreadsheet. Make sure you put it somewhere where you can find it, because you're definitely going to need it. Okay, so what it's asking here is, what do you want to represent as the place marks? Okay, so what we're going to do is we want all the place marks to be identified as an address. So we'll select address and we'll select state, and we'll continue. The next option is, how do you want to differentiate all the different layers that you're putting on there? So we're going to do year. Now, if you wanted to have it differentiate by buyers, by sellers, by neighborhood, whichever, that's fine. But just for demonstration purposes, we're doing year. So there we go. Here are all of the closings that happened within 2013. And it is interactive. You can click on them, you can select them, all that kind of stuff. So the first thing that we should notice is this little box fussing at us saying 8 rows couldn't be shown on the map. So go ahead and hit Open Data Table, and let's see what it's fussing about. Okay. Well, I mean, I can tell just from looking at this one that it's missing a Y. So I'm just going to hit Y, hit Tab, and you'll notice now it can be found. So for any of the other ones, maybe something like drive, maybe it's just missing that period afterwards, or street, or road. But you'll know when you're looking at it. It may just need address verification. So once you've gone and you've fixed all the ones that you could, it's a matter of importing your second layer. So we're going to add a new layer. Okay, so once again we have an untitled layer. Let's go ahead and give it a name, 2014. And just like before, we're going to import this spreadsheet. So since we want this showing on a map, we're going to select the two columns here, the two options that represent the location, which obviously is address and state, just like before. And then the last one is how you want your pins sorted. So we're going to do year. All right. So once again, let's check this. Let's check this error box and see why it's fussing at us. It looks like it has one all the way up in Pennsylvania. So let's do open data table. Okay, I see what happened. So if we hover over this pin, the one all the way up in Pennsylvania, it'll show it on the spreadsheet. And it's saying Oakwood, PA. So let's just say it's Oakwood Park. We'll hit tab, and now it found it and put it back in Texas. Okay, cool. So fix all the ones that you can, and when you're done, you click on this X to close the window. All right, so we have both spreadsheets added to the map. You can zoom in, you can kind of see them, but the thing is, right now they're the same color, so it's kind of hard to differentiate. For each layer, you can identify them by color. So it's just a matter of sliding on over here. You'll see a little paint bucket appear, and you click on it. So for all 2013 items, I will say I want them blue. Perfect. And then I do the same thing for 2014. All right, so all items, click my paint bucket, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna make them orange. All right, so we've imported two separate spreadsheets into two different layers. We've organized that information by address, and we've sorted it by the year that the home closed. Now you can get as creative as you'd like. If you'd like one color for buyers, one color for sellers, different colors for different price ranges, that's totally up to you. But at least this is a good way to get you started. So take this information, encode it into your website, print it out for your listing presentations, however it is that you want to use this ammo. But let me know if you hit any snags. Plenty more where this came from. Talk to you soon.